Hello and welcome to Colorado Mesa Esports. Today we are watching CMU Gold versus Saint Xavier. I'm Monochrome and today I'm with
Badger. I play on one of the other Colorado Mesa Overwatch teams.
that team will be streamed after this one, starting 7:15 if you are interested in watching that. So we are, I believe, starting on a poll. It was coin flip besides. The way how NACE works is first to five, best of three, or flip that around, best of five versus three.
Yep.
Um, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I feel like push or control maps are usually pretty good for gold. They play that well, generally speaking.
Yeah, I don't know very much about Gold. The only things I know coming into this game is that they have lost both of their DPS players for just
Yeah.
unfortunate reasons, we'll say that. And so they're playing with, this is what, their second game with Aurora
Yeah.
and their first game with Ghost.
Yeah.
Now that being said, Owen and I guess Order and Sasquatch have played with Ghost before, so it's not like it's
So
a
is Wolfie.
new player. Yeah, and Wolfie too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally forgot about this Alan Mary team. So
Really,
go on.
everyone except Order was on a team together last semester.
Yeah, you're right.
So that might work for them better in this case. They're more used to each other. Or we'll see if, how it works out.
Yeah,
But yeah, because
I know nothing about Saint Xavier though.
no, neither do I.
They're 4-0.
It's very impressive. From what I know, I think their highest rank is a Diamond 2.
Okay.
So pretty impressive. I don't know too much about the rest of them. We do say Torbjorn. So
Yeah,
don't know,
Torb's crazy good right now.
Yeah.
Torb is really good.
and perks are active now. They haven't been for the last 2 weeks, but this is
Oh,
the first
fun.
game in NACE where perks are allowed.
Fun. Okay.
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, we're in now, so we're gonna see how that plays out. Obviously, I know Ramatra's perks are really good.
Yeah. So many heroes have really good perks.
Yeah, I honestly don't know a lot of them. I really only know the supports ones so far.
That's
We
fair.
do see the Symmetra TP switching into Pharah, which I feel is pretty normal on this map.
Yeah, it can be. Ghost loves playing Pharah, so we're
Yeah.
gonna see a fight over on bridge. Ramach is gonna take space. Mesa has
Yeah.
an early space advantage. We're just kind of waiting for something to happen and engage.
Ghost
or
does go
something.
down early there, down
Yeah,
to that
Ghost gets picked
Sombra.
early.
That's really unfortunate. Wolfie does get the revive off though, very nice. CMU did get pushed back a lot here.
Yeah,
Lost
Xavier
a
has
lot of
significantly
space.
better angles and they just
Yeah.
collapse. Yeah,
And that was basically a team kill except Sasquatch.
yeah, and he'll
And he
drop
will go
here.
down here, yep. I
Perfect. So, I do know one thing about Gold,
Yeah.
and that Sombra is their kryptonite.
Yeah.
I have been told that by a few people.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to see them do in this next fight is respect it, but don't overcommit on it, right? We
Yeah.
don't need someone permanently looking in the angle that the Sombra's holding. You kind of just need to fight it when it happens.
And I think hopefully the Torbjorn turret will help with that a little bit, being able to handle that flank for them. But yeah, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but the supports especially got bullied out by Sombra a lot.
Another first blood
Yeah.
going over to Saint Xavier.
Both the
That's
supports
nice.
going down very early there, which unfortunately for CMU is a lot of their sustain gone. Aurora, doesn't
I'm gonna
manage to
assume that they
escape.
got pins from the right door or from the left one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They tried to go
Far
through
is a
the
good swap,
door and then
or
yeah,
getting off Far.
Far.
Sorry, is a good swap.
that just wasn't getting
It
much
hasn't-
value.
Yeah, hasn't seemed to be working too well.
Yeah. Well,
But massive ult advantage for Saint Xavier.
Yeah.
I'm expecting them to get EMP'd. I'm expecting them to get Queen ulted.
EMP, yeah.
Not too much they can do.
There's
I'd honestly like us to just save the one ult we have, take a quick fight, get the two ults out,
Yeah.
and then go again. So we see Queen ult come out now.
we do see
hits
Sasquatch
two,
going
and
in,
we
and
should
Queen does
see
get very
Order
low. So
die, and
Ghost
he
does manage
doesn't.
to kill the, and Ghost
Queen
manages to
dies.
kill Queen in the back line. Sasquatch getting a kill on the Juno. Aurora getting a kill
Yeah,
on the
unsure
Sombra.
why Snipes held EMP, but
Yeah.
I mean they have it for recontest. That was honestly
great
best
push
case
by
scenario for
CMU.
gold. A scenario
Yeah.
I did not see coming.
Neither
So.
did I. Sojourn going down very late there, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. They're going to be down a teammate when trying to push in now.
Right, Gold Skills comp is built to try to kill the queen, to do as much.
Yeah, and
just
there
like
we
that.
go. Yeah, there
Perfect.
goes the Queen.
Perfect.
As
Yeah,
long
they're
as they
playing a lot
focus
better
her,
now
they're
than they did in the
really
first couple.
they're set. As long as they focus her, I think.
Yeah. Now the narrative of the ults being in Xavier's advantage is still true.
Yeah.
EMP is still massive, Mesa probably will poke up to have 3 ults,
Yeah.
and Xavier is going to have probably 3.5 almost Lunas.
If they can EMP that Ram ult, that
Yeah,
would be
it has to
very
be an
useful.
EMP first.
Yeah.
Xavier has to strip Mesa of their ults and take a fast fight.
We might see it here now because all the team is grouped up.
Here
Juno
comes
is
the EMP.
very
It hits
low. There
3.
it goes.
And it hits Order, who
Ooh.
had the Ray.
Yeah.
We still commit the Ram ult, but it looks to be kind of a
Yeah.
a
Oh.
lost fight. So
And
a
Ghost
reset
is
from
up the
Ghost,
map.
they're gonna cap.
Yeah.
Now
That's. I
the
mean.
thing about Sombra,
Mhm.
good news, EMP's out.
Yeah.
Like the
And
bad news
more
is you
ult.
get wiped.
Yeah.
Good news, you don't have to worry about EMP coming back into this fight. So.
And I don't deal with coalescence either, which is another. It's just annoying to deal with in general.
Yeah, helps any
So,
push. So
this will be-
I'd really like to see Order uses Ray and let. Yep, there
Yep,
it is,
there we
and we're
go.
gonna take a solid fight here. So
They
we'll
really
pull up
needed this
Queen.
fight.
Yeah,
and
Soda needs to stand a little further back. Respect the Reaper
Yeah.
Tor.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of damage in a
Right?
very short period of time.
Oh,
Order does go down to the Sojourn in the backline. Unfortunately,
Not-
Hadel and Ramatra turn around and deal with it, so it's not going to be quite enough for
Yeah.
them. Great cap by CMU, right at 90%. If they lost that team fight, they're
Yeah.
lost this point essentially. So
and oh no, Order's getting spawn
Oh.
camped actually.
oh god,
Now, good news.
that means
We
they'll
have
snatch
3 ults.
Sombra's out the fight.
Yes. So I see us pop 2.
Yeah, and it does get the Juno, so they're both down to support
If
technically.
they can get a second,
and
perfect.
Sojourn, nice. It was
And now, the
Yeah.
thing for Xavier, they only have about 12, 13 seconds to get a touch here.
poor Order.
Order gets spawn camped
Order
again
and
by
the
Snipes.
Sombra.
And we get nothing with Blossom.
I'm not sure
But
what
we
the
get
blossom
picked.
was, but it was okay. It worked out.
So it works out in the end.
We do see the Juno got. It might be a little bit too late. It does hit overtime. Snipes
It gets
manages to get
day
Hadel.
late and dollar short on this one, but
Ooh,
we'll see.
We'll see. Getting that Sojourn.
Gotta kill
okay.
the Sombra there. Okay, there.
Yeah, both DPSs are down
Nice.
from Xavier. That's a great first fight, or great first point for gold.
Well,
No.
the series is gonna be entertaining.
Yeah,
so
that's for sure. Both teams
yeah.
put up a great fight.
never knows gonna happen.
Yeah,
So
and 100 to 90 is a very close
it's
game
it is
overall.
odd that Snipes decided to go for a spawn camp on Order and was very
Yeah.
successful. Picked him, or well, he got picked by Sojourn,
Yeah,
and then got spawn camped and then spawn camped the second time.
I think he died 3 times to spawn camping.
Yes,
overall.
but Soda didn't do anything with the space. Soda
No,
didn't
yeah.
push in. Soda didn't build the last 10% the ult and then hit a big queen ult, right? We
Yeah.
need to see a little more aggression from Soda when there is an advantage,
Yeah.
and a little less aggression when it's just a neutral fight and you're looking at,
And we do see the swap to Ramatra
you know,
from
Reaper
Soda.
Tor.
So we'll see if perks play a part in this, because obviously Sasquatch does have the advantage in terms
Yeah.
of having more perks. But I feel like the
Sasquatch has
Ramatra
the healing
mirror
vortex
can be
and
good
then the little
here.
burst on the primary. So
Yeah, but I
we
think
see a shift over to Sim as well,
yeah,
which Sim, in my opinion, just destroys
with
Ramatra
Ramatra,
right now.
it's a
So
really tough matchup for him.
that's excellent damage from Sasquatch.
Yeah,
and,
that
he's
you see that
bullying
Thin
FL.
Beam full charge there in the back line, also just pummeling them.
Yeah, we might need to see a swap from Snipes
Yeah,
because this is such a difficult comp to try to get space
Really.
into.
Ghost does
And
go
we
down
can't
here
keep
dying to
Ghost
Soda.
alive.
I'm surprised that he goes down
Yeah,
there,
but they
but
can't
it's
keep
okay.
Luna alive.
it does go down. Soda's
Fair
very.
trades, fair
Soda does go
trades.
down here. Very nice tank kill.
Wow.
So that
I'll
did
trade
not
my
go how
Sim
I
for
thought.
Juno,
Yeah.
so
It's not the worst trade in the world. Juno and
Yeah.
Tank, both of them went down in that fight there, so it's not a fight I was expecting for it to
Yeah.
happen, but it definitely worked.
very annoying thing about Sim is how squishy Sim can be.
Yeah.
And how aggressive Sim has to play to get a lot of that value, right?
Yeah.
And we kind of saw that there, where it just demands so many support resources once you get that level 3 beam.
And we do see the first ult of the game up currently. We'll see if it gets
Yeah,
used during
Sasquatch
this
should
fight.
be ulting pretty
Yeah,
quick
I
here.
would think right
Ult
now. There we
Perfect.
go. Yeah, exactly.
And we just run down the backline.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Soda does also ult though. I didn't realize he had ult up, getting both of the. Ooh. That's
but Soda's is
really,
just better.
Yeah,
Soda's
that's
is
a
just
really
better.
good 4K from Soda.
Yep, and we'll just kind of stagger out point here and drop.
Yeah.
Really great response from Soda.
I think that was a good contest from
100%.
Sasquatch,
And
yeah.
Xavier's in a really solid spot too.
Yeah.
Only 50%, which pretty much guarantees him 2 fights.
Right.
We see that they're coming up on a lot of ults, honestly.
Yeah.
But the EMP is going to be the kind of the biggest one here.
Again, yeah. If they can cancel that Juno ult out with EMP, that would be very useful.
Yeah.
We do see
For
the
sure.
Sim TP go out.
You're looking to take a quick fight.
Shapes and colors.
Just bully Ram, I think, here with
Ghost
your
does
just
get
you just
very
have
low
more
there.
damage.
Luna does go down to the Wolfie ult. Very nice. Ooh, there goes Ram as well. A very nice ult from Wolfie with the coalescence there.
And I was not paying perfect attention, so I don't know when EMP came online.
I think it was probably close to the end of the fight.
But it is another unfortunate fight where
it's a really nice turret
we
spot.
just don't have EMP when we'd really like to have it. Right? EMP's gonna hit this next fight, and obviously EMP's
it's gonna be the
great in
game.
any fight,
Yeah,
right?
it's a fight winner for sure. If you do EMP plus the Sojourn ult, that's gonna be really hard for CMU to try to contest.
Yeah, layer it with either of their 2 ults you have now. So neutral fight's kind of just being won, but EMP comes out and it's back.
Yeah.
It's big.
I guess a lot of value getting both DPSs and Order 16 going down in the process.
Snipe sets it up.
We do see Sasquatch still holding point, but I don't. Yeah, Wolfie's unfortunately just not able to hold up there and help.
Yeah. CMU's not down and out. They got it to 91. It's only one more contest to go.
Yeah.
They have Ramalt. They have Torball.
And the Torball got a lot of value last time they used it.
Yes, exactly. Torball. Torball is honestly pretty nice when they have Ray. You can usually kind of space it in the path of the Ray and kind of prevent a team from walking in on you. So
we'll see
nice
the next big team fight coming out now.
Here comes
we do
another
see the Torball go off.
And
Torb and Ramatra ult. Yes, there we go.
They pop 2.
Juno does go.
But the trade for Xavier are almost just better.
We do see both Ramatra ults go out, and Soda's just in the corner.
It is an absolute brawl on point.
Yeah, that was a big ult fight for sure.
Oh, but Sasquatch,
it looks
great kills.
Yeah.
Great kills.
Great job holding space. They're really pushing back Soda, not allowing him to push up.
There is something back there, I thought.
There was, yeah. I think Moira, maybe? I'm not entirely sure who got out there.
I think it was Sombra, and Sombra just TP'd out, I think.
They need a touch. There we go. They got Sombra was there touching.
No else for anyone.
We'll see if they touch
dry.
again.
Closest are the Morias, and they just don't touch.
I thought the Sombra would be able to get back on time to touch, but apparently not.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
I mean, that's a great fight from CMU. I don't know why the Sombra didn't quite get on at the end, but I mean, we do see the Wolfie. Oh!
Poor Wolfie. Poor
Wolfie. We see the Snipes player of the game instead.
Well, honestly, Snipes played really well.
It was really good. We see Sasquatch in chat.
I would say Snipes looked like the best player in this lobby.
Definitely. I think that might be the diamond. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
I have no idea, but it totally could be. I think for Mesa going into the next one, getting a better response to Sombra.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like on the last point when they went Sim and Torb, it allowed the blow up tank and allowed them to get Sombra off of them. Yeah. So I think I'd like to see them stay on that. Xavier, on the other hand, I think they're in a fine position. They just have to play their cards a little bit better. Yeah. I think they had several fights where they had solid advantages or solid, just I already said advantages, but ult advantages too, positional advantages, and just couldn't really convert.
I think they need to be a lot more liberal with how they use their ults. They held on to it for a lot of the time. Like a lot of the fights they held on where they could have theoretically used it, and it just lost them another fight, and that's just more charge for CMU.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And a couple of those fights with the EMP too, like getting communicated to your team, just like, hey, just live for a second. I need 11 ult charge and then we can go, sort of thing. Like getting that communicated would be really nice on their team.
Yeah, and we saw EMP get a lot of value throughout that entire game. Anytime it went off, CMU melted essentially.
Yeah, EMP's fantastic. Yeah. The state the Sombra's in right now just isn't great.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, like she's an okay pick for sure. Like she's a pretty solid pick. Maroon plays them as well, but it's really is just value. An EMP battery. Yeah. It really is, just especially in this kind of new rework state of just your goal is to just kind of output a lot of damage and then go for EMP.
Your goal is to be annoying and then big ult.
Yeah, they kind of removed a little bit of her just raw assassin, like just kill potential. It's not that it's completely gone with opportunist, but it's in a different state. You need a much larger window to get this assassinations.
It's a very different
like the Juno walking back from spawn. So,
the next map has yet to be decided, but it will be Xavier's pick. It will be a hybrid map. I believe all are currently in the map pool. I'm not too sure about that.
I actually can pull up the map pool.
Yeah.
So I'm in that.
So I'm not.
Chat.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure which ones are allowed. We've seen so far a lot of Eichenwalds.
Hybrid, right?
Yeah.
Blizzard World, Ike, Kings, Midtown, New Bonnie.
Okay.
I have seen an unholy amount of Kings.
Really?
I think just teams at this rank just love Kings. Like
Kings. It will be
safe.
Ike from what it looks like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Going Ike. I have actually seen. I think Ike would be the most picked besides Kings from what
we've had a couple games on Ike for sure, especially for Gold. I think they've had at least 2 on Eichenwald, and the rest were. One was Kings, one was Blizzard. It really is. That first choke is just so hard to deal with half the time. And I know Gold has a very good, like, they played, I think, Torbjorn and Junkrat, at least with their old DPS, is what they would do. And that's so hard to push into on any kind of defense, but honestly, especially
it is a really big choke. I think, I don't know, Ike is a very defender-heavy map.
Yeah,
very
for sure.
Heavy map. So I think if you're on attack, you really shouldn't get that discouraged when you kind of just get
stuck for a while. Yeah.
Right? Like the defenders on second point get a literal castle.
It's a free high ground half the time. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. So, and the first point, yeah, there are different valves to that choke. Mainly just one.
Yeah, there's like 2 entrances and that's about it.
But
and both are very hard to push into. Well, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Well, because CMU is going to start on defense, I believe. So we'll see what they choose to play.
I like him to just stick with what was working, to be completely honest. We see both teams roll out on Sig. Not a bad pick.
Yeah, I don't know about on attack, but it could work in their favor depending.
Sig's one of those odd tanks that it's like there's almost never a horrible place to play him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He just kind of doesn't have like a horrible matchup.
Yeah, and we see both teams have very similar team comps. The only difference is that Genji Torbjorn.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works.
I like Tor better.
I think Tor's better in this case, yeah.
I like Tor better, but to be fair, this snipes on Genji.
Yeah.
He looked good last
if
map.
He
Maybe
can bully those supports, on especially Wolfie, I think Mercy's very vulnerable to a Genji.
I'm actually going to go Ash Mercy. So kind of pocket their boy, and
we'll see the first fights are starting out. Luna did get very low there, so does Snipes. That high ground for Sasquatch is just so much value, being able to poke damage there and not get much in return. We'll see how it plays out. It's just a lot of poke damage, really like scrappy fights trying to get in that choke. We do see the Torp
CMU's biggest goal here is just don't feed a death, right? Like I've kind of helped VOD Gold a couple of times.
Yeah.
And they kind of on these defensive maps, they kind of
just do see Soda go down right at the start here. Yeah.
But yeah, so kind of walking in doesn't seem to know where his team is.
Soda, the Sojourn, and Mercy all go down very early here. It's great first hold from CMU. Like how you were saying, if they one of CMU goes down here, it's way harder to hold by yourself.
Yeah, exactly, right? A death on defense is way worse. The spawn's just way further. It allows the attackers to get past your big choke defenses. So just kind of standing out in the open, trying to get 20 extra damage and dying for it is just not
worth it. Yeah.
So trying to see CMU play their corners, play safe, play their angles. Don't just give anything unnecessarily. And just
Sojourn does go down here. Very nice pick. Yeah, great shot from
another great pick.
Yeah, it really is. Just this first choke is just so hard to get past. It's just defenders are gonna beat you up until you manage to kill someone off. Essentially.
Yeah, this choke is also really difficult to play without any sort of movement or speed. Like the slower you are on the choke, the worse. Right, the longer you stay in that lava, the worse.
That's why I don't know how I feel too much about that Ashe pick when he swapped from Genji to Ashe. I feel like Genji probably would have gotten a little more value here.
Yeah,
but
especially playing into Sig.
Yeah.
Obviously, your angles are just greatly reduced, and we can see it from his ult charge. And he's going to go Pharah.
That's a lot better, I think.
A much better pick.
And then you can also do Pharmacy, which will be annoying to deal with in the nicest. Yeah.
And there's a pick on CMU, so here's the opportunity for Xavier to
Wolfie
go
does get the res,
instantly rest.
That's a very nice res from Wolfie. We do see Sigma ult.
And I believe he missed his flux. I think he whiffed his flux.
We see flux from both sides go out. Unfortunately, Soda did not get as much value with his Sasquatch to get one kill.
Used on the side of Mesa.
Yeah.
We had 2 used on Xavier.
Yeah.
So we're still coming back into this fight with Ray, with Rail. Snipes has yet to build an ult.
Yeah. Oh, Luna going down very early there. Mercy does get the revive off though, so we'll be able to support up again.
Yeah, double support ults for CMU to try to survive the last push.
Yeah.
And
Sasquatch does get a very nice
pick on the side of Xavier.
Yeah.
They just need to regroup here. They just need to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, it's very hard, especially when it's, you only have a minute left, you've been getting beat down the entire time. You just want to push in. But you just need to take a minute, calm down, regroup.
Exactly,
and
right? We have Ray, we have Rail.
Yeah.
CMU still is not to any ults. Notably, though, 3 minutes in, Snipes at 60.
We do see the Juno ult go out, the Ray side on CMU.
And another just horrible death. He has one of the only ults. Less than a minute to go.
We see both of the supports go down as CMU pushes into spawn, and it's
now
a rough
Mesa
fight.
did burn Ray for it.
Yeah.
And they're not up to any other ults yet.
They do have Valk.
Yeah.
So
it's
maybe,
only Valk to once again survive the Ray.
The Ray
and the Rail, right?
That's gonna be rough.
I've sounded like a broken record for 3 fights if we can finally get it off.
Yeah.
Luna's running up.
We
and
do
trying
see
to Luna dies with the Ray.
It's very unfortunate. Oh, Snipes does manage to pick off Order 16 and Ghost.
Okay, they get
Wolfie does get the revive off, though. Rail goes off, getting Hadel down. That will be both DPSs going down. We see
And Snipes, better late than never, actually gets a couple picks.
Ooh,
oh my goodness.
Valk did go off, but doesn't look like it got much value. And will they be able to cap right as it hits overtime? Oh, they do. That's very impressive blast push from St. Xavier right as it hits overtime.
Luna's invested in the market.
Yeah.
Has saved diligently. Yeah. And still has a Ray.
I mean, she did die very early in that fight, to be fair. That first fight was running.
I understand. Sometimes you hear the clock ticking down, you see the point, you think it's your job.
You have to go.
Yeah.
But we've seen a lot of times with Centipede as well, just running in front of your tank, which is not a great habit.
Very wide for just no reason, right?
We do see the Flux go out.
Flux comes out.
Does only get
Luna.
Luna will go down. Ooh, Luna doesn't die there. I'm very surprised by that.
Very good Suzu. Very good Suzu from... And Sasquatch just overstays his welcome.
Yeah.
But they can't stop the res.
Wolfie
but they get Wolfie,
but
not after the tank is already rezzed.
I would rather... I don't know. Tank or support... I feel like tank, at least in this case, is a lot more important.
Oh, 2 excellent picks from Aurora.
That is...
And all of a sudden, the fight is now flipped on its head.
We look away for 2 seconds and Hadel gets 2 very nice headshots all of a sudden.
I was about to talk about how Mesa just needed to die cart and go next, but Aurora... He just needs to hit 2 headshots. That's all it takes.
On Torbjorn, and here we are.
All it takes is the rail spikes.
And we see he has ult as well, which is going to be annoying at best to push past in that little choke.
And guess what it's good against?
Yep.
The Ray.
Oh!
And Luna dies again with Ray. No.
Oh, that's
Soda
very
has built an ult as well, so I think it's not the end of the world. We just get back, we can regroup.
Hopefully we
can finally use that Ray.
Ray Ramatra ult is not bad. We might see the Kiriko use Kitsune though. And if she uses Kit, then we might not see Ray come out.
Did Luna use a Ray on first?
I don't think so.
Okay. Investments.
Come on. Oh, there we go. There's Ray.
And here's the Ray.
Let's go.
And it instantly gets Aurora. And they're allowed to push through.
We go.
Accretion onto their tank, trying to get a little bit of space on the FL.
If we
Soda closes the gap.
We do see Soda getting down to half HP. Wolfie does go down to the Centipede.
And this is looking like a lost fight for
Order
CMU,
16
but
does
they do get sniped. Another rock and a Flux comes out, but he dies! Another Sig Flux in this map.
A very unfortunate death. That would have been a
Ghost
huge
jumps
Flux if he got it off. Ghost
and now
does
Mesa
reset.
will finally go to reset. That is a really bad fight for Mesa, allowing so much cart push with just no contest. At some point when you're at a disadvantage, it's time to just go stop the cart and reset. But they are walking into an overtime fight. They do have a Ray. They're walking into 3 ults from Xavier, almost 4. Snipes has to go down before he gets it, but it might not even matter.
Ult here, as well as Kitsune.
Soda gets 3 and counting, maybe?
Yeah, that's a very unfortunate fight for CMU. Soda getting that ult was very nice, very well played, as well as the Kitsune. And again, Xavier will manage to get cart over just as overtime hits.
Yeah, same as first point. Mesa just kind of collapses at that last moment, right? We saw basically 1.5 fights. I don't want to call that last fight a fight.
Yeah.
Basically 1.5 fights on second, which just, once again, defender-oriented map, you just should have more defenses than that.
They were playing very... I don't think I ever saw them profit off of that high ground. The, very... maybe Ghost did, but we never saw Torbjorn up there. We never saw Sasquatch up there, which is a very
we were never able to take a good fight with angles, but we see a swap onto Ram. We're going to play Ram on the inside third.
I think that's a good pick. It can hold a lot of value.
Just kind of absorbing pressure.
A lot of damage.
Double
going
DPS ult
there.
for Xavier.
Oh my
God. Comes
God.
out, gets Sasquatch, but they get Snipes. A fine trade if they can stabilize.
A very nice barrage. We need to see the rail get popped here.
Yeah, we need to see the rail come out, just not on tank. I would rail now, try to go for the 3, and
he does unfortunately get very low. They're having to back out. We needed to see that rail to put pressure on the back line, but unfortunately he has pushed out by Soda.
We're getting a really close fight here.
Yeah.
Now Luna's pushing
a
up
last-minute touch by
a rail out by Centipede. 2 picks for Xavier. That's probably going to be a map completion.
Yeah, that's going to be very rough for CMU to come back on. It's just Sasquatch and Wolfie left up right now. Wolfie is pocketing, so maybe that'll be able to deal with some of the damage.
Yeah,
but
this is probably just going to be just a stagger fight here. Now we see him get below a minute, which is a key point in hybrid.
Yeah.
But give props where props is due. Xavier did
a great job at coming back.
They got battered for most of that map, right? It feels like Mesa's been in control for most of the map, right? But when they needed it most, when the time was low, they showed up. They used their ults and they pulled it out, right? So Mesa probably needs to just take a deep breath now. They probably were in that. Yeah. They probably just started to get sloppy. Once you win several fights in a row, you start to kind of just
get comfortable.
Feel like you need to get you need to get a play. You need to get something. Yeah. They just needed to play defense, right? So we'll have them take a deep breath. We'll have them go to attack.
It's just really second point is a really great spot to hold, especially with that Sojourn. But unfortunately, they just didn't get the value off of the angles that they needed to. It's just not much value got out of there. They just got pushed back.
Yeah, exactly.
We do say Venture Genji, which we were talking about speed. Venture Genji Juno is a very going hard kind of comp.
Yeah.
The May could deal with that, in theory.
I personally like the ramp a whole lot better than playing Sig here.
Yeah. We do swap to Sojourn instead of a Genji.
Probably fine.
Yeah. You still have Venture to put in a lot of that pressure. I know Hadel does tend to go in a lot, so we'll see how it works out. But I think that May could be a big barrier for them.
Yeah. I don't know how much that pick is really going to change. I think it's more how can CMU kind of play together and just get past this choke, get a good fight off.
Yeah.
And so we see space taken by Sasquatch.
A very early push.
Much more aggressive
great job from Sasquatch.
Luna.
Luna does go down here.
Now can they get the
also
Sig?
Very low, yeah.
Pretty much all space has been conceded to CMU. Hadel is very deep, but he's able to trade on the Centipede.
Yeah,
so
I think it's a nice enough trade.
Kiriko is isolated.
Kiriko does PP out. Oh,
but
Snipes goes down.
See a collapse here, and the point already flipped over, and a 6-minute time bank going in. An excellent fight from CMU, right? Get out of danger. Get out of the choke.
Yeah, and Xavier was holding back a lot there, like in terms of where they were physically at. They weren't holding up by that bridge. They were by more of that center building.
And with Sig, right, it's very hard for them to brawl in that choke. So I understand why their Sig is back. It just was scary having their supports push so far up.
Yeah, and Soda is very low here.
Soda pushes up again.
Does die from Hadel. Hadel does die from Snipes, though.
But
very
that's
good
a fine trade as they're getting cart pushed.
A tank. I would rather take a tank over a DPS.
Try to take any part of Castle?
It looks like Ghost is going to. Yeah. I mean, Snipes, a lot of them are on the high ground right now.
Yeah.
He'll probably need some help up there to be able to try to get that push. There are 3 of Xavier. He does get spotted, having to back out at 50 HP. Very good. I mean, it's better that he
I think just forcing cart here is fine because they've already gotten past a lot of the really scary kills.
We see Hadel go in very early here. Doubling down.
Causing a lot of spaces or just pushing cart under bridge.
He's keeping the DPS and both of the supports distracted. We see Sasquatch getting very nice picks. Yeah. That is the Ramatra as well going out.
Centipede's still up top though. Probably time for him to die or regroup with his team.
We see Hadel go to try and deal with him. Hadel does manage to get the kill.
And he doesn't get wave spawn, so they're not going to be able to touch second either.
No, I mean they could try, but it's not
really
be
bad collapse on defense.
Yeah, that they didn't.
Now another 6-minute time bank for third. I don't know if
we really see that time. Yeah, especially on Eichenwald of all of the maps you could have.
Very defender oriented, but here we are. So
I think a lot of it comes down to the Sigma just did not have great positioning in that very first fight, and since then it's just been a big collapse.
Now we see kind of just mirrored front lines.
Soda does go very down there, having to back out a bit. Hadel getting a lot of poke damage there. Soda does manage to kill Order 16. So CMU will be down in support.
I think Aurora is in alone, however, and they're able to peel off with the support.
I mean, he does manage to get. Oh my God, he's.
Oh, if he didn't have to be.
That's
going back in is scary, but it allows Sasquatch to go in. That pulls 2 people out of the fight.
I mean, it does get
Sasquatch gets the kill.
There's the Bob in the back line.
Bob was used.
It doesn't seem to do much. Sasquatch is just running up into spawn, getting the pick on Centipedes, pushing back Soda into spawn, getting the pick on Luna.
Very good play by Sasquatch.
Yeah, we do see the Kitsune come out. And the Ray Orbital.
Yeah.
Literally every ult from CMU. 4 ult. Yeah, there's not much you can do about that. And we see Luna holding Ray again. I don't know when she got it, but that could have been huge.
Luna. Poor Luna. Not Luna's map. Not Luna's map.
No. Okay,
so,
I can almost not.
Mistake me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, no. They do get a minute. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if we were playing for a draw, but I think it's 0. Yeah. 0 means you have to play for a draw. Okay. So I guess capping with time is very important for Xavier, not 1 minute.
And we do see CMU has essentially 6 minutes versus 1.
Exactly. So right? 1 minute is going to be very hard for anyone to build ults. They basically just have to win neutrals. Yeah. Where Xavier's attack crumbled was that they had no speed and they didn't really want to get through choke. So if they want to win with a minute here, they're going to have to do what Mesa did, which is that Juno ring, and they do go the
They do go Juno, yeah.
So we see the Juno, we see Ram a lot faster, but are they going to actually use the speed?
I feel like it can work, but I feel like he's very stationary compared to at least the rest of his team.
Maybe. He's a little tankier, right?
That's true.
And as long as hitting your shots, it's a lot of damage, and it could be very useful once you can get in onto point. But yeah, you're totally right. We'll see. Sojourn with slide is usually just a little bit. It's just different survivability, right? Being able to slide away and get a different angle.
You do a roll, but
roll for damage reduction and just more HP and just a little more of that potent just burst.
And we do see Ramatra inside Sigma, which I don't think we saw at all until 3rd point for CMU on defense. So we'll see how that works out for him. We do see a Sombra, which could be good.
Snipes goes back to Sombra. Yeah. Okay. Once again, don't know.
We see the early Ramatra 1v1. Oh,
and Sasquatch is just playing so aggressive.
And very nice pick from Sasquatch, getting Luna and Soda down here. It looks like Centipede might also go out.
And a ton of damage going on out.
Yep, Centipede does go out.
And now we already see a team wipe less than 30 seconds in. I'd like to see Mesa just come in, reset, take those advantages. You've basically just proven that there's going to be no ults, right? Yeah. Sasquatch is up to 50, so if there is going to be an ult, it's going to be that Ram ult for CMU. And they're just going to very aggressively
play the choke. He's just doing a great job at holding them off here. Soda again, so low. We see
a turn on the supports.
Yeah, we see Sasquatch just ignore Soda, letting him do whatever he wants. Sasquatch does go down there, but Order 16, that's a great anti. Order 16 getting 2.
Order just taking it into his own hands, kills both supports, but dies himself. They kill this, and they get
a lot of trades right now. But Xavier is down right now, dying to Snipes and Soda.
Okay. They don't get a tick, which I believe they needed a tick to save the progress, right? So 1 tick wins it for CMU.
So I think CMU can honestly do it. They just need 1 big push.
Very easy. Worst case scenario, they just kind of build up to an alt fight and just dump.
Yeah. But I mean, if they can hold,
yeah.
We saw last time that great put, just the speed. If they can keep that up.
Yeah, exactly. If they just hit the speed and are able to just get a pick really quick, then it's just over, right?
Yeah.
We'd really like to see the supports for Xavier not die first here.
Right. If they can just hold up there, especially, we need them to hold further up. They held very far back last time. It got them ran over.
Yeah, their supports are a little too far up. Their DPS are a little too far back. They get them to swap. They play aggressive in that choke. Maybe they hold on for the draw.
Yeah.
But it is looking bleak for Xavier.
We do see Symmetra, which we'll see how that ends up working out.
So their goal is to have a little more pressure on
so
I can also grab him when I'm done.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry, I was we'll see how it goes. I think after this one we are gonna swap to your guys' game.
Okay. My guess for Sim is they're wanting to stop Sasquatch. Sasquatch has been a menace.
Problem.
So getting off the Sombra and getting on to Sim, I think that's gonna be very helpful. But they have to keep Snipes alive.
They have to Hadel as well. We didn't see a lot of kills, but we did see he was just being annoying. He got a lot of attention.
All right.
We'll see.
I'm expecting to see the ring pummel, and then they just go.
There we go, ring pummel.
And there's ring. And
we do see Symmetra doing a lot of damage.
They break all the breakables.
Soda going down low, we'll see. CMU is
obviously getting through choke here. But really good angle set up by Aurora.
Yeah, Aurora does go very low here. Does manage to live.
Oh, these angles are too bad. I think it's only a matter of time now.
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate fight there. Snipes goes down, Centipedes go down. Both DPS is down very early there. Soda half HP. He's trying to get some of the supports out, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Sasquatch has been a menace, just holding them off. Luna goes down. It is just the Moira and Soda on point still. It looks like they're also going to go down in the process. Yeah. Soda goes down, and
that's probably going to be the map completion. We'll probably see one more touch from the sim here.
No, that will be map for CMU.
I'm going to have to run, but I think Mesa is going to be pretty happy with that map, even if they were triple capped. But
yeah, and that's going to be another point for Colorado Mesa Gold.
I'm going to run. You're going to get Aaron. Yeah. You guys enjoy map 3 and any maps beyond it.
Yeah. We might swap to the Maroon game. I'm not too sure what the plan for it is. Okay, yeah. So we are going to swap to the Maroon game. This is one of our team's gold. Maroon is the other one, so we will see probably leaving this lobby. Yeah, there we go. So we will let you know how the gold game ends, but so Maroon had to reschedule their games. They were meant to be the ones streamed today, but unfortunately got held off a bit. Sorry, I thought you were saying something. Yeah, so they officially got rescheduled starting at 7:15, which is the game we are now going to go into spectating afterwards. So I think we're just waiting to be invited to that lobby. And we have Aaron with us now. Welcome.
Howdy, hey, I return.
Oh god, not the voice again.